What's up? I'd like to say what's up to everybody. This is your man, Farness, and this is Social Climate. And we have a good topic today, great topic for today. What I wanted to talk about was relationships, and a specific aspect in a relationship, specific kind of relationship that's based on class, which means that in the relationship, one of the major things that's identified is cash flow and your economic level. All right. And when it comes to a relationship, economics are a major deal. It could make or break the relationship. You know what I mean? Even if you're a person that's a loving, caring person that cares about what's on the inside and everything like that, quite oftentimes it's unavoidable to have to deal with monetary issues, right? So if you're a lady, it's not caveman times. It's not back in the day, where you just run out and kill a gazelle, drag it back, skin it, gut it, right? Cook it. You got your food and your shelter, and the man was a comforter. Well, in today's society, a lot of those aspects have been eliminated because we have resources like police and the fire department and all these in hospitals, these resources that can protect you, where you can kind of live more individualized. You really don't need a man's protection the way you used to back in the day. You could even have that 9, that 45 under your pillow. Bang, bang. So woman can almost literally take care of herself. So what she may need is to feel secure. And a lot of time in this capitalistic society, money can provide security in that kind of a way. So I'm going to talk about a scenario. And if you've ever gone through this, you'll say, yeah, I understand what he's saying. And if you've not been in a situation like this, you'll say, no, that doesn't happen. That stuff doesn't happen. I don't believe that happens. All right. She is your competition. She does not love you or see you as her partner. She sees you as her competition. Now, what do I mean by that? If you ever been in a situation where you were dating and everything seemed to be going okay, and you're at the point in the relationship where you were deciding if you're going to move in together. If you've ever reached this point of a relationship, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Now, fellas, if you have your own spot, and she doesn't appreciate your spot, she wants you to move in with her, I suggest you be very careful. You might want to think about whether or not you want to go through with that. One of the best pieces of advice that I got, that I didn't take at first, because I made this mistake. I was advised never move in with a woman. This does not mean that all women, don't have the ability to have a household where a man can move into and she can still actually respect the man. There are women out there who can do that, but I wouldn't test those waters. It's not your place at any moment of time based on how she's feeling. Men deal more with logic. Women have that social ineptability to garner their emotions and feed off of their emotions. Their emotions tell them, what to think, how to think. For the most part, it's not everybody. So in the heat of the moment, you're living under her roof. You get in a debated argument like that. You out the door. You're out the door. Whether you kept a key to your old place or not, I don't know. But no, you will be looking for a new residence. So we advise you, gentlemen, take caution when deciding to move in with a young lady. All right? Because the house is in her name, information is in her name. She don't want you there, you're gone. Now, when it comes to why you be moving in with her, could it be possibly because she makes more money, right? Her things may be a little bit nicer. Now, as a man, you're like, well, I don't, care about all that kind of stuff. I got a place. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. But she's now put you in a position where you're understanding that she's grinding a little bit more, or she's been able to attain a better paying job, which facilitates her having a better living space. Sometimes there are a lot more social avenues and programming for women to take advantage of. So whereas if you're a single lady, you may have a lot of help resources where you can attain a certain apartment or a certain place and achieve a certain status a little bit faster because there's a lot more avenues and programming to help for women, especially single women. As a man, there are not as many avenues and resources. So that climb up the stepladder for you is going to be a little bit more difficult, and you're going to face a lot more barriers as far as like the opposite sex willing to help you. Now, there are a lot of women that sell out for men. Don't get me wrong. And these are the women that usually the men are dogging them out. The women are buying and everything. The guys at home playing the video game and all that type of stuff. I'm not talking about that type of situation. I'm talking about the hardworking man who got a degree, went to college, but maybe he's not able to find a job in his job field that he went to school for. Maybe he's not being paid what he's worth, right? Maybe he has so much experience when he goes to fill out for some jobs, he's overqualified. When he first started, he was underqualified, but now with his vast experience, he's having trouble getting paid what he's worth. This guy still got to live and take care of his family, right? And he has to date a woman who's also been in the job field as more. Maybe she's been able to be more successful, right? So now she's looking at him in the level that he's on, and she's looking at the type of money she's making and the plans that she has in the next 5-10 years. His plans may not be the same because he doesn't have that same financial, setting that she does. Okay, so if she's thinking individualistically, he's thinking individualistically. She has her own plan. So she's like, man, I don't know if this guy's gonna be in my long-term plans because it doesn't seem like he's growing financially like I am. She may be looking for somebody who's in a better, stable situation financially so she can feel that security. When a man comes along that's making more money than her, that she identifies as a potential, there's always that chance that she could jump off of that boat and onto that new boat and sail off. They call this hypergamy. Hypergamy is when you're in a relationship and someone comes along who's economically more valuable and you leave the relationship you're in to go with someone else who's economically more valuable. Now, quite oftentimes, this can work if the person has character, right? If the person has some spirituality or some religion, right? If they're a solid, good person. But quite oftentimes, that man who has that higher level income used to be the guy that didn't have income. And he may have experienced a woman leaving him because at the time when she left him, he might not have had a good financial situation. Now he's looking at you, leaving the man you're with, not because he's a bad man, but because the income he's making is not satisfactory to what you would like it to be, right? So now you think this guy that you're getting with is going to be faithful to you, knowing that you left that guy over money and knowing that you're getting with him because of money. Now, this guy definitely may give you the time of day. You could be beautiful, attractive, funny, and he may genuinely like you. But it could become difficult for him to take the relationship seriously if you're in the relationship for money, right? He's gonna be looking for a prenup. He's gonna be looking to protect himself. Not only that, but imagine if the shoes were reversed. Imagine if men dated women only for what they could bring them financially, right? So you have a beautiful woman, intelligent, spiritual, loves God, respects you, but you don't care for any of that. You want a woman with deep pockets, right? They would consider you the scum of the earth, because these are qualities that don't reflect in a successful marriage, right? You need all the other things. Money was made for barter and trade. Money was invented as an IOU. What does that mean? It means originally people went to the marketplace and grew things, made things, shoes, whatever they're growing, beans, rice. They take the things, coffee, that they make to the marketplace, right? They may exchange a bag of coffee, right, for another product that someone else is selling that they would buy, that they don't have, that they don't make in their farm or their village area, right? They trade those goods. Well, came a time where the marketplace became so big, people could not drag all of their products to the market. So some brilliant person decided to invent something called IOU. So if we are at the market and you have a product and I want to purchase your product, right? You give me your product, I write a slip that says, I owe you whatever product I have, right? That I'm gonna sell. So you hold on to this IOU card. You come to my facility, my village, right? You give me this IOU card. I then give you the goods that are worth what we decided this card with the card. Say now, that's all this is an IOU. But nowadays in our society, people value this more than they do the actual product that you're buying, right? That you're exchanging the IOU for, right? When our monetary system, the Federal Reserve is telling us since I think the 1930s, correct me if I'm wrong on that our money isn't worth the paper it's printed on. Our money isn't worth the paper it's printed on. You used to be able to take dollars and coins and exchange them for their worth, their value in gold. Well, this is no longer possible. Our money is no longer backed by gold. So if you try to take legal tender, cash, $1,000 and try to take it to the feds and say, I would like to exchange this $1,000 for $1,000 in gold. This is not possible anymore. Our money is not backed by gold anymore. So we're putting something that doesn't have the value which we think it does ahead of our morality, our spirituality, ahead of good culture, ahead of finding a partner that actually has the same belief system as you, that you guys are on the same page together, that you can raise your kids regardless of how much money you have. Because as we know in this great country, there have been a tremendous number of successful people that have come from impoverished situations. So you can still become a major success if you don't have a lot of money. But hypergamy tells us that you cannot be happy or satisfied unless you're with someone that makes a lot of money. To each his own. Gentlemen, ladies, I would just like to warn you that if you have a big heart and you're a person who cares about love, spirituality, culture, and all these things, beware of a hypergamous woman, or a hypergamous man for that matter. Because at the end of the day, they cannot fulfill what you need fulfilled in the relationship. Once again, this is Fawn from Social Comment, signing out. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them. You guys have a wonderful one. Valentine's Day is coming up if you celebrate that. I don't really get into it. I think every day is a special day for your loved one. All right, appreciate somebody, tell them you love them. Shoot for You Foundation, shouts out Nandy and Associates. You guys take care, have a good one.